Hey guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about the best REIT sectors for 2019 and eventually 2020 here. So stay tuned. Welcome back everybody. I am the Real Bearded Businessman and this is my channel where we're working towards that active mindset and that passive income. This channel is one of my many sources of income, but investing is also another one. And while I would love to be able to jump in real estate today, I just don't have the funds for it yet. I'm still saving up. So as we talked about in the last video, REITs are a great option for those of us that we just don't have the money for it right now. And we want to get involved in it, but don't have necessarily the big down payment to make. So as we all know, REITs are real estate investment trusts. And for today's purposes, guys, we are talking about sectors in the equity REIT category. And if you stick with this to the end, I will be telling you my favorite REIT sector for 2020. So guys, while I do my REIT research, one of the most shocking things I think is that a lot of people out there, I don't know whether they're misinformed, but they feel like there's very little competition and very little variety in the REIT market. Most people, when they're talking about it, they feel, I understand it. It's a thing where you just go and you invest in a company that just buys a couple of houses and a couple of apartments and calls it a day. But guys, that is far from the truth. There is so much competition and so much variety in the REIT market that it's easy to find something that rings true to you. So with that being said, let's start talking about some of these sectors. Number one, the residential REIT. Residential REIT is probably the most well-known sector of REITs, and essentially they're the ones that are going to buy probably not that many single-family houses, but maybe multiple family houses. But they're probably going to focus more on apartment and condo buildings, and their goal is to generate that income by building, buying, somehow acquiring these properties and charging you and I rent to live there. Number two, it's the commercial or the office REIT. As you probably guessed, these REITs and these trusts are all about buying, building, creating a lot of these commercial complexes and office buildings and things like that they're going to rent to or lease to our employers. Now, contradictory to the residential REIT, they don't care about us. They care about the people that we work for and the companies that we work for. So they want to attract our companies, our businesses, and they want to do that so that we lease from them to generate their income. A big focus area for these commercial REITs is going to be urban environments and other places that businesses are very tightly packed and very populated. Number three is the retail REIT. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but really the retail REIT is going to be shopping malls, restaurants and restaurant centers. It's going to be outlet malls, strip malls, movie theaters. It's going to be all of those things. And guys, like the commercial REITs, these retail REITs, they don't care about you and I. They don't even really care whether I go and buy a jacket or I go buy a pair of jeans. What they want is they want to attract the businesses that I want to shop at and that you want to shop at. If they know that I love really fly t-shirts, they're going to make sure that there's t-shirt places in there and that I go there to shop so that way those t-shirt places lease from them to generate their income. Number four, guys, lodging REITs. So while I think these REITs happen to be the easiest to identify, you know exactly what they do. They buy, build, acquire, do whatever they got to do to get their hands on some hotel properties. There's also way more variety, I feel, in this sector than any of the others. Now, why do I say that? And it's really coming down to the fact of, if you look at, I don't know, like any one of these hotels that are built probably within the last 5 to 10 years, if you notice, there's a hotel built and then there's a store or a bunch of restaurants or some sort of retail property around it. And I really think that it kind of goes hand in hand with the fact that these hotel REITs, they're after you and I And they want to make sure that we're there and that we have places to go, to buy, to eat, to shop, and do what we need to do, because they know that if they can do that, then they're going to get our business. And as you guys may have guessed, maybe not, these guys, they generate their income by renting or selling a room to you and I for the night, for vacations and businesses and things like that. So kind of going back to the residential REIT, they care about you and I, and they care about generating our income. And some of them do it organically by just making sure that they include stores and restaurants. But also some of them decide that, hey, let's get together with some partner companies and make sure that we're just putting these things in, or make sure that we're putting these things in and also able to throw in some retail spots as well. As I promised, my number 5 REIT is also my favorite for 2020, and that is the warehousing or logistics REIT. These guys have a focus on warehousing and logistics centers somewhere near you. And as you can tell, my bird in the background loves investing in REITs. She's very vocal about it. So you might be asking yourself, why are these REITs my favorite? Why do I love the warehousing? Why do I love the logistics REITs? And for me, the answer is simple. For me, these fall into my acceptable level of risk. And as I talked about in previous videos, we each need to find and be happy with the level of risk that we invest in. Because honestly, if we're not, it's not a good investment. For this specific sector of REIT, I like these and they're my favorite because no matter who we are, where we're from, what our jobs are, what school we went to, we all rely on warehouses and logistics centers. It doesn't matter whether we're in, a brick and mortar store down the street, one down the road, or we're buying these things online. I was going to say offline, but whether we're buying these things online, products don't get to your door without ever touching a warehouse or a logistics center. Whether they're at the warehouse and logistics before you buy it, or whether they hit that on the way out. And for me, what's nice is even if the brick and mortar stores down the road and down the street are starting to have issues, let's be honest, everybody's flocking to online buying. They're not just not buying. We are a consumer-based industry, and we are a consumer-based society. So for us to just say that we're not going to buy things anymore, it's not feasible. And let's be honest, you can't buy and sell products without warehousing them somewhere and providing some sort of logistics and point A to point B delivery. So essentially, I feel like we can't live without these. Now, guys, I don't think that we should really be looking at just investing in one of these sectors, but I really feel like we need to diversify. And I wanted to give you a couple here that I thought were really going to be big in 2019 and even 2020, because it never hurts to think ahead. But really, we need to sit down, do some research, and really find the REITs and the sectors that ring true to us. Thanks for watching today, guys. I really appreciate you checking out the channel and sticking with us. We got a lot of great content coming up. And as always, I wish you nothing but success on all your financial journeys, and I want to see all of you guys hit your financial freedom like I'm shooting to hit mine. And honestly, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.